We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, phi thứ pháp hội cấp nhật thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát từ ly khổ đắc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thổ Sư Chế Đô Ye Ở La Hờ Đi San Mèo San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tát Nạc Thang Tô Dạ Đà Dạ A La Hà Đế Tam Miệu Nam Bồ Đà Toán. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian Wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou ci yuan jie ru lai zheng shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Tutor, Great Master Shenhua, O good monks and nuns and all good known advisors of Mitofo, 诸佛菩萨、诸者、大士、师父、上人，各位出家人，各位善知识，弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa trí giả đại sư Thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone. Today is the 23rd already? 21st of December. And we are here at Way Mountain Temple as part of our winter Chanchi cultivation. Tonight we're lecturing on the Vimalakirti Sutra. Thank you for joining us. We are right now on slide 178. This is of the first chapter. This section here lists out some of the 32,000 bodhisattvas who were in attendance. And usually these bodhisattvas' names are mentioned is because they are pretty big shots. Okay, they're called bodhisattvas. Actually, they are mahasattvas. Some of them are even Buddhas. All right, so let's jump right into it. The names were Bodhisattva contemplating all as equal.
其名曰等观菩萨。
Okay, we also are very privileged to be able to have the work, the explanation of the sutra from Great Master Sutra. And he's a very erudite, so a lot of stuff he had was very, very profound. Okay, so I'm learning a lot too myself. He says here, how do you contemplate all as equal? And contemplate all is equal. Pay attention, folks. You're gonna have to do this eventually if you're interested in becoming enlightened. And don't you go crazy on me now. Tomorrow you contemplate the two truths, and then you enter the middle truth. Don't do that. You only do this after I tell you to. Not before. Because you're going to go crazy. You'll be wasting your time. This is what happens to people, especially the monks and the Buddhist disciples. They read a lot of stuff from our scriptures. Our scriptures are not wrong, but they think that they just would do it as per the scriptures. But the scriptures are for a different purpose. And so until you're ready, you cannot do the two contemplations in order to enter the middle contemplation. What are the two truths? Contemplate the truth of emptiness or the primary truth. And then you contemplate the truth of the mundane. And then you contemplate the middle truth. Got that? Okay. Then you got that, then you are enlightened already. This is what enlightened people have to do. Some of them got enlightened. I know some of them in Korea. I met some Sunims are enlightened in Korea. 1G or so. A couple Sunims I saw in 1G, maybe a few, maybe 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure that they weren't aware they're supposed to be contemplating these truth, the primary truth or the absolute truth, the mundane truth or the relative truth, and finally the middle truth, the middle contemplation, and they still are enlightened. You see, so it's a lot more than just the simple theory here. Okay, but if you want to really receive better training, because if you get there, what happened to these people is they get there and they really aren't aware that they got there because they went through these phases, and they say, "Oh, I got this, and I don't need anyone to tell me what to do." And they have a big head, and they think they are on top of the world. They don't realize if you feel you're on top of the world, what is wrong with that? You're violating the truth of primary truth. Everything is empty. How can you possibly be on top of the world? Okay, so this is what this Mahasattva does in order to do his work. He contemplates all as equal, meaning that he's going to have to use the three contemplations to treat everything equally. What does it mean to you? I know it's far-fetched for you. But the nature of your true wisdom is a lot deeper, a lot more profound than you think. Yes, go ahead, comments. It's not just words, folks. Buddhism is never about words. 2.
Thank you, Master. When you say treat everything equally, does this mean treating the sentient beings or everything?
All meanings all. Everything. The English translation is not that good. 等观, meaning that contemplating equality, bodhisattva, is the word-for-word translation. It's not all as equal. 等观 is equality, equanimity, contemplation. But it's okay. It's close enough. Yes, go for us.
Thank you, Master. I remember from a while ago you have a lecture, something similar to this, and what you say was no bias, no judging.
That's right. Very good. Master Xinhua puts it as, he says, for me, Master Xinhua said, for me, everything is okay, no problem. That's his English explanation. He announced himself as, I'm this kind of monk. Everything is okay, no problem. My students are stupid. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it too. Anyone else? So what if you cannot find it equal? You have a hard time contemplating equality. Some people you just can't stand. People are the most difficult challenges to your contemplation of equanimity. It's very interesting. Let me tell you, you don't have to be enlightened, but this is going to help you. These enlightened people, when they have a problem, they do the three contemplation. They said, let's say this person, where am I? Am I in a Democrat? Never mind about politics. Okay, empty. If you find that you're afflicted and you really are riled up about someone, yeah? It has happened to many of you recently, down south in Southern California. Okay? Then you want to get out of this this state of affliction, because affliction is self-torture. You're only harming yourself, no one else, ultimately. Okay? So what do? In order to recover, what do? You first contemplate emptiness. You think we learn about this as just, these are bodhisattvas, this is what the Chinese do, these are bodhisattvas, this is, wow, they're so wonderful. They're there in the world to teach us something, how to improve our quality of life, folks. You don't need to be a Mahasattva to be happy. You can improve your life, your quality of life right now. You try to implement what they do. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Does it make sense? That's why we're doing this. It's not a theoretical pursuit where you talk about how wonderful it is to be able to contemplate equanimity, equality. No, it applies to you. If you're afflicted, what you do, you contemplate emptiness. Meaning what? Go first.
Thank you, Master. My guess is, could it be thinking that nothing is permanent, not gonna last?
Okay, nothing is permanent, nothing is gonna last. Anyone else? Yes, one.
Is that related to 一切唯心造, like the whole external world, it's empty, but it's all coming from our own mind?
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Specifically, let me explain to you how this works. It doesn't just apply to him. At his level, he does, boom, empty contemplation, he's done. Mundane truth, boom, next, I say, he's done. And then, chung, and he's done. Okay, he's that fast. But for us, we don't have that kind of skill set. Okay? But we can use the same exact strategy to retain control of our lives. Yes, JMT. This is rather disappointing that this sound issue is coming back. What is it wrong? What is wrong with you guys over there? Isn't there a sense of professionalism where we are here to serve our listeners, our participants, and try our best instead of having the same problem pop up over and over and over again? Okay, let me give you the answer. This is so beautiful because let's say that you are upset at someone. Happen to anyone? No one. Okay. It happened to no one, none of you. Okay? So you realize you're upset. Yeah? Whose fault is it? Yours. So what do you need to do? Fix your own problem. That's what you do. You empty yourself. You said, oh, this anger, this affliction is my problem. I need to get rid of it. There's no rhyme or reason. If I'm angry at someone, okay, whatever the reasons are, maybe I have all the reasons in the world, okay, but I need to clear my head. Before I can effectively cope with this problem. Because if you are afflicted, if you're angry, you cannot fix this problem, can you? You actually tend to make it worse, don't you? Not you, huh? Because every time I get angry, I'm very manic. You make me angry, I think of 100 ways to get back at you. One immediately, one next week, one following week, up to 100 years and 100 lifetimes. How's that? I'm scary, let me tell you. You don't want to mess with me. So you're only tormenting yourself. Agree? That's all you're doing to yourself. Why you keep on doing this to yourself? You empty yourself. Especially you, who I have proclaimed to be enlightened already. You're being upset, you're being angry. It's normal. And it's no one's fault except yours. So if you keep on harboring that, okay, then it creates bad seeds in here. Then eventually you will pay for these bad seeds. I'm different from you. I plot for revenge and I repent. You can't do like I do. I love to do it first. Okay, so it's very important for you to clear your head because you know it's no good. You're unhappy. No matter what happens, you're afflicted. Okay, it's your own fault. So the first thing you do is you empty yourself. You say, okay, I need to get rid of my anger. So do whatever it takes to get rid of your anger. Could be crossing your legs, could be taking a hike, could be backing off. Okay, honey, you can have the house. I'm out of here. Okay, whatever. Okay? But you need to back off. You don't escalate. And you back down until the anger is gone. That is emptiness contemplation. It's a degree of skills. Depending on your skill level, could be for this bodhisattva like this. For us, it takes a little bit longer, but it's the same strategy. Does it make sense? How else are you going to retain control of your life? Huh? You think your husband's going to give it to you? You have to earn it. Okay? So that's what emptiness means. You need to clear your head. This has to happen first. And then you contemplate the mundane or the false. What's the mundane? Xú. Mundane is xú. The mundane is false. So the polite term is, you use the word mundane instead of the false. But the mundane or false contemplation is the same exact thing. What is it? There's a step here, step by step. You don't just say that I'm upset, therefore I can fix it. Okay. In order to fix your affliction, you need to go through these three phases. Otherwise, you simply fooling yourself. You're only imagining things. Whereas when you contemplate empty, meaning that inside, you have no more affliction. It has to be at that level first. Okay? Because remember, as long as you have a slight bit of affliction, it affects your moves. Okay? Affects your clarity of mind. So that's why, realistically speaking, we may not be able to be completely free from affliction, but if we are 100% afflicted, we go down to 25%. Aren't we so much better off than before when we can cope with it? Got my point? This is a way of life, folks. We take responsibility for our lives, our actions. And this is how we try our best. Okay? Yes, DTT.
Master, is the mundane that what cause your affliction?
One more time.
Is the mundane is what that causes your affliction?
Again.
Is the mundane is what causes your affliction?
What does it mean?
I mean that what made your affliction before you try to empty yourself? That is the mundane.
That is what?
That is the mundane.
Oh, the mundane. Mundane is, yeah, that's correct. The mundane is you look at why this person is making you afflicted. You try to look from that person's perspective instead of your own. Because I know most of you are so righteous. That's how you like to attend lectures so much. Oh, I feel so much smarter, so much better. Reaffirms my beliefs in fairness and in propriety and righteousness. But the mundane is now you need to look at why this person is doing it to you. What causes your affliction? Okay? And the more you look, guess what happens? The more angry you become again. Yes, in the back.
Master, how do we balance the view in that situation where we can able to work with person and we're not getting afflicted?
That's coming. But it's about being very honest with yourself. First you say, I'm afflicted. I don't like this. I need to fix this. You need to calm down. Walk away. Calm down. Empty yourself. Meditate. Okay? Don't do anything stupid. Would you calm down and the thought of anger doesn't arise anymore? That's when you say, okay, let's look at my anger now. What caused it? Okay? So that's the mundane. You contemplate the cause of your anger, and you look into it. You look and you say, oh, this is person who actually made me angry, and it goes back to not just yesterday, but also last week, and the week before, and so forth. Has been adding up. Okay, has been compounding. So I see it now. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you look at the cause and what do you do with it? What do we do with the cause of our affliction? We look at what caused our affliction, makes it afflicted again. Yeah? What do we do then? Go back and calm down. You think it's that easy? You think it's that easy that you really, our master told you this is so simple, just empty yourself, look at what caused you and then you'll be free? No, it's an iterative process. Everyone has to go through this, by the way, including this Mahasatma. That's what he does. He starts looking at the reason for his affliction. Now he's afflicted again. I said, my God, I knew it. And not just yesterday, but it's the week before. There's a conspiracy. They're out to get me. It's so unfair. I'm just such a nice guy. Why don't people like me? Okay? So you look at the mundane, it activates your anger again. So you back off and you go and calm yourself down. So it's back and forth process. See that? Yeah.
Master, so this process is different from letting go of your afflictions, or it's just a different wording?
Different from what reflection?
From letting go of your afflictions or dropping your afflictions. Is contemplating emptiness the same as letting go of your afflictions? Or they're different in terms of executions?
It's the same thing. You drop your affliction, then you're empty. But if you drop your affliction alone, you still have the seed of your affliction. Yeah? You only are, at that point, you only are developing the skills to cut off the affliction. Okay? So the first contemplation doesn't solve the problem. It's only a temporary fix. Buddhism is so profound. Okay? You want shallow? It's not here. Okay? So what happens to the emptiness and the false? You need to the two, because you have to always start with the first, because you cannot empty yourself. There's no point in going further. You said, I don't care. Let me enjoy my anger. Sounds familiar? And then there's no point in going any further. But if one day you get tired, you say, oh, gee, it's kind of tiring to be angry at the same person. I'm married to her. So I better fix it. Find a way to work it out. Then you have to use this contemplation of empty, meaning, first of all, learn to develop skills to empty your affliction. And then, once your head is clear, you look at the nature of affliction, what caused the affliction. This makes you afflicted again. You empty yourself again. You keep on doing that. You see that? Because when you empty yourself, you see clearer than before. And that's how you see, when you're doing that, then you are what? Dropping what's afflicting you. Yes, too.
I see that thưa thầy, does it mean that I always blame that person is cause me the problem?
One more time.
the way that you say that, I feel like I just always blame the person that causing me the problem, but it's not my fault.
I'm not saying that every one of you must do this. I'm only telling you that the best problem solvers in the world are the Mahasattvas. And the reason we talk to you about them, because we want to show you what these superior beings, how they function, how they fix the issues, how they handle the challenges of their positions. That's all. Doesn't mean we can do it like them, but at least we should know that, if people offer me a course in anger management, and they do a lot of sing and dance, and before you're about to sign a contract for a lot of money, look, you have to look. The only way for you to deal with the most effective way has to involve three things: emptiness contemplation, mundane contemplation, and the middle contemplation. That's the only way to really fix it. Anyone else, anything else, is but a temporary fix. Just because it sounds good, because the salesman says, hey, we are the best, and so forth. There's a principle behind it. If you can contemplate equality, then you shouldn't be afflicted. Okay? You see the iterative process. You need to protect yourself, clear your head, run away, clear your head, back off. Say, okay, you win. I'm out of here. And when your head is clear, you are calm enough not to do stupid things, and you start looking at the mundane. What happened? Okay, and as your affliction level increases again, better go back and do contemplation again, empty yourself again. You see that? This is a recipe for problem solving, folks. Yes, one.
Master, obviously I'm not at the level can contemplate these two truths, but after you taught us every affliction underneath is attachment, I start contemplating the attachment. What attachment do I have under this affliction? And I start to think about how would I react, and what would my life be like if I don't have this attachment? How would I behave?
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay?
That's 1 and 2.
That's 1 and 2?
Yes.
But
if you are smart, you want to make sure that you separate them. Okay? Before you move on to 3, you have to make sure you separate them. Can I have the skills to calm myself down? This is very important skill set, folks. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do in life. At one point in time, while you most depend on it, you must be able to empty yourself and clear your head. Okay?
Sometimes I don't know whether it's possible. Like sometimes my son is screaming at me, right? I can't go outside to empty myself.
Mm-hmm.
Will I be able to empty myself right there in front of him when he's screaming and all afflicted?
Why not?
At some point. Okay.
He's screaming at you. So as long as you're there with him, he thinks he's screaming at you, but you empty yourself. He doesn't know that. And that's part of the skill set. You can empty yourself anywhere. You don't need to run away. I only simplify it for you because if it's too much, you learn to run away and develop skills to calm down. Period. Okay? And once you got able to calm down, then you realize that I don't need to run away anymore. I can calm myself down right there, and no one knows. Okay? They could be screaming at me, but I'm just yes. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. There's a question here from Diego Alfonso. Amitabha, Master. The sound hearers can only contemplate the emptiness